do this.
Pop that Bob guy. Kind of picky about my ink pens. The scary tag.
All right. I'd like to go ahead and call the Tuesday, April 19th, 2022 Warrenton Board of Alderman meeting, or I'm sorry, public hearing section to open. Go ahead, sir.
So tonight the board will have a public hearing on a petition submitted by Ed Schmeltz of ELS Properties on behalf of George Heath, requesting the voluntary annexation of 3 parcels of land totaling approximately 65 acres located south of Highway AA, north of the North Service Road, and west of North Spady. The parcels for annexation are more fully described in the notice of hearing that was published on April 7th, 2022 in accordance with state statute. Said notice of hearing is hereby incorporated into the record by reference. The petitioner states he is the owner of all fee interest of record proposed for annexation. The parcels are not part of any incorporated municipality, and the parcels are contiguous to existing boundaries of the city. The petitioner proposes to use the annexed property for residential developments, including both R2 and R3 zoning. A copy of George Heath's petition and voluntary annexation application are hereby incorporated into the record by reference. City staff have determined that annexation is reasonable and necessary to the proper development of the city. City staff have determined that the city has the ability to extend normal municipal services to the area within a reasonable time. Petitioner has indicated that development of this area would be completed sometime in 2026. City staff are available to answer any questions of the board regarding the proposed annexation. All interested persons or political subdivisions may present evidence at this public hearing. Those wishing to speak should approach the podium and wait for the chair to recognize you. Please begin by providing the board with your name and address. And at this time, I believe, unless there are any questions for staff, that this is the time for anyone here tonight to approach and give the board their comments on the proposed annexation.
Is there anybody that would like to address the board for the annexation or the public hearing section? Not seeing anybody.
All right, then this has been a public hearing on the annexation submitted by Ed Schmeltz on behalf of George Heath, and in the coming weeks staff will prepare the required ordinance to move forward with the voluntary annexation.
Okay. With that, we'll go ahead and draw the public hearing section to a close, and we will open the regular Board of Alderman meeting. If you would, please rise and say the Pledge of Allegiance with us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For the next section would be the Arbor Day Coloring Contest winners. If you wouldn't mind, Brad, Mr. Bruzy Cruz, if you would.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. Tonight we have 2 of the winners of the Arbor Day Coloring Contest that was participated by 3 of the schools, Daniel Boone, Warrior Ridge, and Holy Rosary. Tonight we have Josie Hartwig and Sophie Case with us, and we also have Laura Zimmer of the Park Board is here tonight with us too. So at this time, we'll have if you want to come down, and
yep.
Josie and Sophie, you want to come down and we'll get your poster. Harrison Holt is the one from Holy Rosary. That's the one the mayor has there. They weren't able to be here tonight. So.
You guys can come up closer and get better pictures.
Yeah, get some pictures, if you don't mind. Is it okay?
Yeah. Does anyone else want to do the photo?
We're good.
Parents, if you want to come closer, you can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Alright, here we go. I'll give you a count, okay? 3, 2, 1. Okay, one more. 3, 2, 1.
Since we do this, and do you mind if we get the parents up here with their, why don't you guys come on up and say my name, kids, you know, that way.
One picture here. Everybody looking at me here. 1 second. 1, 2, 3.
Back that. If you guys have pictures you want to take them, if you guys here, they can do it too.
Share it.
She'll send text it to you, send it to
I have to, this might be, this is yours, you sure you don't want it?
Put on Facebook somewhere. Act like you like the mayor.
Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And one more. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations.
One more. Sorry.
Let me give you my phone.
All right, we're good.
Congratulations. Nicely done.
Awesome.
Yeah, that. No, I got one more thing.
Thank you. WIG.
Also, just to let everybody know, every year for this, we also plant a tree. The tree was planted today. The plaque is on it. I didn't have time. They were a little late in getting there, but it is out. It's out at the sports complex, right behind where the crosswalk is on the east parking lot, where it goes onto the soccer field, is where the tree's at. So it is in the ground. It is planted, and the plaque is up. So, thank you.
Brad.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you, Brad.
All right, next item would be the consent agenda.
We have the regular and executive session minutes from April 5th, 2022, and the work session minutes also from April 5th, 2022.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as submitted.
So moved. Second.
Motion made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Quarter. Roll call vote.
Alderman Deloy,
Yes.
Alderman Schultz,
Yes.
Alderman Crump,
Yes.
Alderman Quarter,
Yes.
Alderman Cullum,
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Alderman Deloy, would you like to ask for public comments? Since it's one of the last things you'd be doing here. Time that anybody who'd like to comment or make any mention to us about anything going on with the city, please come forward and step to the podium. We'll give you 5 minutes to speak. Just ask that you say your name before you start with the issue.
Or compliment. Or compliment.
Yeah, or compliment. Not seeing anybody, move on. Board of Alderman comments.
No comment. Happy to be here.
Bobby,
The only comment I got is my last night, and it's been a pleasure working with everybody on all the boards that I've been on, and the different people and all the staff, and I'm gonna miss it. So, thank you.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you.
I'd like to think you're gonna miss it, but you'll probably be on the golf course a lot more, enjoying that.
Think about you on the 19th hole, not while I'm playing.
We are gonna miss Bob, but it's always been a good time. Well, with that, let's move on to the certification of election results. anything you need to let us know or say anything about?
No, we received the results from the election authority from Warren County, and let me get to it. We had for Alderman for Ward 1, Jack Crump, 223 votes. Alderman Ward 2, Scott Schultz, 206 votes. Alderman Ward 3, Gary Miller at 58 votes. Nicholas Spurlow at 37 votes. And John Clark at 48 votes.
Excellent. I will entertain a motion to approve the certification election results for the April 6, 2022, correct?
Sorry, April 5th. That was a
Yeah, it
typo on
was
my
April
end.
5th, 2022 election.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, seconded by Alderman Crump. Roll call vote.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Corder?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering?
Yes.
Alderman Deloy.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. And with that, we can do a presentation.
What do you want me?
What's that all about? Well, because you can second for yourself. Oh, okay. I get it. I just want to make sure you don't get thrown in jail. Being our
The
president.
City of Warrenton extends sincere appreciation to Bob Deloy for serving as Alderman Ward 3 from 2017 to 2022. Your genuine dedication and heartfelt service to the community have truly benefited the citizens and residents of our city. From Mayor Eric Schluter and the Warrenton Board of Aldermen. I appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
bud. My pleasure. Let's step away from the podium. and
Try to slide out.
All right.
Thanks, Bob.
Well, if you want to stick around and join us for the rest of the meeting.
Oh, you're gonna need this, aren't you?
I gotta get out of here, right?
Yes.
He's gotta get to the golf course. Yeah. Still got time.
Guess who doesn't have to go down and do this year? You guys have to go down and do it.
Actually, you guys just want to stay there.
No, they need to go down there. They definitely need to go down there.
We stare at it. Keep in touch. Thank you, Bob.
Anytime, buddy. You know that.
Enjoy, my man.
I'm sure I'll see you more.
Yep.
I'll see you down at your house a couple times.
I'll be around. You know me.
We're staying here, right?
No, you're going down there. Go down there with Gary.
Mom said so.
I don't really care what Mom said. Dad said you have to go down there.
Don't listen to her. He doesn't get a vote.
I do get a vote. I'm the tiebreaker.
You gonna go down by Gary?
No,
Great.
you're good. You're right there.
You guys would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I possess all the qualifications
that I possess all the qualifications
for the position of Alderman
for the position of Alderman
of the City of Warrenton
of the City of Warrenton
as prescribed by law,
as prescribed by law,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Missouri,
and the state of Missouri,
the provisions of all laws
the provisions of all laws
of this state affecting this city,
of this state affecting this city,
and the code of ordinances of the City of Warrenton,
and the code of ordinances of the City of Warrenton,
and I will faithfully demean myself in office.
And I will faithfully demean myself while in office.
Congratulations.
Put that up there so I can read it.
I'd love to say that we gotta give a class, but I think you already know exactly how to.
Mayor, you don't look no better from this angle either.
I don't. It's really shiny. It's real shiny.
Just what you needed. Heckler, huh? Yeah, we have public comment.
Yeah, Alderman Deloy, or former Alderman Deloy, the time for public hearing is over.
Remember, you asked me to stay.
I know.
We might have to have you
Listen,
removed also.
there are times we have to reconfigure our thoughts.
Yeah, we didn't vote on him staying.
Election of board president.
I would like to nominate the current board president, Jack Crump.
Second that?
A nomination for Jack Crump for board president made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Quarter. Roll call vote.
Alderman Crump,
Yes.
Alderman Quarter,
Yes.
Alderman Cullum,
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering,
Yes.
Alderman Miller,
Yes.
Alderman Schultz.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next will be the catered liquor license for Small Batch Winery for Fall Festival on September 24th, 2022. Do you have anything to add to that? Does anybody have any questions about that?
No.
All right, I'll entertain a motion to approve the cater liquor license for Small Batch Winery for Fall Festival on September 24th, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Who'd you get first, Melody?
I believe Alderman Crump.
Motion made by Alderman Schultz, seconded by Alderman Crump. Roll call vote.
Alderman Quarter,
Yes.
Alderman Cullum,
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering,
Yes.
Alderman Miller,
Yes.
Alderman Schultz,
Yes.
Alderman Crump.
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. Next, we'll hear from Brandy Walters, our city administrator.
Good evening. The first thing that I wanted to discuss with you is our current sign ordinance. In there, sorry. So in our ordinance currently, it does not allow businesses to put signs on the back of their buildings in commercial districts. So the only reason that this came up is we have a business that's looking to go at the shops at Warrenton, and those outlet area places where they put their businesses, the back side of the building faces Highway 70. And they're not allowed, if we go by code currently, they're not allowed to put a sign up there where that could be drawing in business for them. So what I'm coming to you tonight is to ask you if we could change that code. If you're okay with it, we will bring back an ordinance to change that at the next meeting. The other thing is it will allow you to put them on the sides of the buildings. However, it cannot be within 250 feet of residential districts. So, and you can't put it on the front of a building within 300 feet of a residential district. So I'm also asking you if we could change that and make that the same, regardless if you want to go with 250 or 300, if we could just make those numbers the same and make it where it's facing a residential district versus just on the side of a building. If it's not facing the residential district, I don't see how that could affect them. So that's kind of something that I wanted you guys to discuss tonight and let me know what your thoughts are.
I guess my question is, why are they only limited to one already? Why are they only limited to one side already, or just the front?
They're limited, they can do it in the front of their building?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what he's saying. He's saying why? Why is it limited to just the front?
I don't know.
what it was.
That's just what it's been?
Yeah, it's just what the code has said, so.
Just curious. I don't have a problem with it on any side of the building personally, but.
Or it was a decision that was made.
I mean, if you're gonna wanna
Years
buy one
ago.
of them buildings or rent one of them buildings at the outlet mall, you're definitely gonna want the sign to be facing 70, and that's
Yeah,
for sure.
Right.
Correct.
It helps bring in business to the city, so. I'm good with that.
The big thing, I guess, is the number of feet.
Right,
That's probably the biggest question.
Yeah.
250, that, did staff think 250 would be?
I think 250 is sufficient.
250 with it facing
With it
a residential.
facing a
Facing a
residential district.
residential,
So if
right.
it's not facing the residential district, I don't see how it's affecting them, so,
I have no problem with
you guys
250
are
and
okay
putting
with
it
that.
on either one.
okay, we'll make those code changes and I'll bring that back
I
to the
would
next
say, is there
meeting.
anybody that's fully against it? Yeah, they can proceed with it and then bring it to us.
Okay, great. The next thing that I have for you tonight is a permanent sewer line easement at the Meadows, for the Meadows of Walnut Hollow. So this is currently a piece of property off of Double A, and there was an easement there many years ago when Walnut Hollow was first developing, and that developer had the easement going through there, and they put the sewer in, but however, it was never turned over to the city. That sewer line is currently the only line that feeds that subdivision. It was never turned over to the city, and now that developer is gone. And so now the current owners of that property would like to turn that over to the city. Staff sees no reason why it shouldn't be. It was built to specs back when it was built. It was inspected, and we would like to go ahead and move forward with that.
Opposed to it?
Oh, let's take over maintenance.
I think it's an easy one.
So there is an ordinance or a bill later on in the agenda for that to be accepted. The only other thing that I have for you tonight is that we would like to do some updated headshots for the website, and we will do those at the next meeting, just so you guys know. Everybody will get their picture.
Get a
Haircut and makeup.
Yeah, get your hair and makeup fixed.
Yep,
Hey, Hawaiian shirt, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Hawaiian shirt?
Yeah.
and that's all I have for you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brandy.
Appreciate it. Next, we'll hear from Director of Operations, John Struckoff.
Good evening. First thing I have for you tonight is the monthly admin report. One thing I'd like to note on the admin report this month is we still have quite a few openings for employment. Public Works is down a few, PD's down a few, pool, we're always looking for lifeguards. So if you know anybody looking for a good job, send them our way. Other than that, if you have any questions on the admin report.
Anybody else?
Okay, next thing I have for you tonight is Lot 13B in Ashland Meadows. This piece of property is owned by the city of Warrenton. It is a detention pond. We've been maintaining it ever since we've owned it, meaning cutting grass and making sure that everything's taken care of on that piece of property because it is ours. The lot in front of it off of Jason Kyle built last year. I think it was last year, year before. They put a fence up in the backyard, so now we lost our access to maintain this piece of property, our easy access to maintain this piece of property. After talking to the homeowner, they would be interested in us deeding that to them so we don't have to maintain this anymore. We're proposing that we do that because we're wasting time and money on maintaining a piece of property that's completely landlocked that we can never do anything with. So we're looking for your blessing to do some more homework to see if that's even possible, that we can do that, that the deed is, that we can actually deed that to the current owner. And in fact, the original plat plan for this lot, that lot was not split off. That was actually all one lot. So that's what we're proposing. And if you guys have no issues with it, we're going to do some more due diligence to make sure that we can get that done.
I guess my question would be the two aldermen that live out there. Is there any issue there?
My only question is, do you see any problems with if it, for some reason, they didn't take care of it, it grew up, it's going to cause drainage problems or floods or anything, or?
So if they would fall under the nuisance code. So if they don't cut the grass,
Okay.
they're going to get ticketed. I mean, it's their property. It'd be no different than their yard.
Which lot is this that's wanting to do that?
It's 13B. So if you go in Airkill and turn left on Jason Kyle's, the newest house on the left-hand side. So it's the third lot there.
Okay.
On this picture,
what you're
there's no
talking
house. There's no house on that lot, but they've
Yeah.
since built on that.
I know
So
what you're talking about.
How did we wind up with it?
that's a long story. And I'm sure we're gonna. Yeah, I'm sure we're gonna learn a lot doing some more due diligence on this piece of
Oh,
property.
there was a lot of issues when that was going in.
Yeah.
Subdivision going in, and there was a lot of aggravation and turmoil over it.
Yeah, so historically, we've accessed that property through that, where they built the house, and they put a fence up in the backyard, so they kind of took away our easy access to the property. I'm not saying that we can't get to it, but it's going to take a little bit more work now, so we would like to just do away with it, you know. It's less maintenance and less wear and tear on our equipment and personnel, so
Absolutely.
that's kind of our thought behind it, so.
Is there anybody opposed to them proceeding with research to see if that's even feasible?
Nope.
Go for it.
Not at all.
Okay.
So hopefully next meeting we'll have an ordinance to make that happen, if we can, so. The only other item I have for you tonight is, last meeting you asked about the sidewalk. Shortly after that meeting, we were presented with a no-cost change order to change the date of the completion. They said they're going to mobilize the first week of May and have the project completed by the end of June. So we went ahead and signed that no-cost change order, so that North 47 sidewalk project should be completed
In 1 month?
end of June.
So they get 60 days.
60 days, yep. May and June.
2 months, yeah.
Yep. So
Okay.
that was a little update on that.
Did you want to make a public comment on that? Alderman Deloy, former Alderman Deloy. Just got to the edge of your seat on that one. I was wondering if you were chomping at the bit.
That's
And the sign turning, they're going to have their sub come out and find out what's going on with those signs turning. So that's being worked on. They were supposed to come out in the next couple of weeks to get that completed, so.
So they're gonna fix the washout?
Yeah.
They have a lot to fix.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, substantial completion is June 30th. Now, obviously, they're not going to have grass growing on the new stuff by the end of June 30th, so they're going to be back fixing that stuff even after that. But the substantial completion date is right now set at June 30th.
So I think probably everybody's okay with that, but if it goes past that, I think we need to be abreast of it, because we'll have to answer to a lot of the
Absolutely.
citizens, and I don't think that, I know at least 2 aldermen that probably won't be too happy about giving them any extension past that, so they probably need to really work on completion.
This was a date that was proposed by the contractor, so this was them telling us they can have it done by June 30th, so.
Anybody have any issue?
Nope. As long as they get it done. Yep.
I'm good.
That's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Building Commissioner Mike Cross.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. You have my monthly report. Got a few highlights going on. T.S. Banzi has bought all 8 of those lots over off Pinckney and that cul-de-sac that's been sitting there forever. First hole's been punched in the ground.
Nice.
Good. Nice, large houses, around 1,800 square feet. So that'll be a nice addition to the city over on that end. Cozart Builder over at Walnut Hollow has got 2 more holes punched in the ground. They got 4 left to complete their build out of that last phase of Walnut Hollow before we go into phase 3. That's all I got for you tonight.
Mike, what's the name of that subdivision on Pinckney?
I don't think there is a name to it.
There isn't yet?
No.
Okay.
Pinckney, I think they're calling it,
Never built on?
Yeah.
yeah, Pinckney Manor, I believe, is what they're calling it.
Okay, yeah.
Pinckney Manor.
Oh, okay. How many lots are in there total?
8,
8.
yes.
Okay.
As you know, as Creekside buildings over there at the apartment complex get completed, they're getting filled as fast as he can get them done.
That's what I was
great.
told.
Yes,
They're filling them fairly quickly.
yes. It's,
I think you'll end up having a waiting list on that one too.
if you get a chance to drive through there and see what he's done with it, you'll be very impressed. It's a very nice complex, very
Actually,
well
just did the other
maintained.
day. He's doing real good, especially with trying to manage some of the water runoff or some of the way he's really put a
Absolutely.
lot of thought, and he's working a lot of structure now.
Yes, yes, he does. That's all I have, gentlemen.
Any other questions for Mike? No. Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we'll hear from Chief of Police, Larry Ellard.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item I've got for you tonight is my monthly report. If you don't have any questions on that, I'll do some shameless plugs for our upcoming events. The first being the torch run will be on May 13th at 9 o'clock in the morning. If I can get this to keep working. May 13th, 9 o'clock in the morning, the torch run will leave from Wright City Shell and is going to terminate here at Walton Ballpark like it did last year. We are scheduled again to do the National Night Out. We're hoping to do that again at the athletic complex. That's going to be on August 2nd at 4 p.m. And there's still time to join up the Citizens Police Academy. The first class starts on May 4th. There's a couple openings left if anybody's interested in that.
I'll shamelessly plug Alderman Deloy may want to try that all the time.
I'm trying to recruit him to work on the PD, not in the Citizens Academy.
I can do that.
Also, I appreciate being moved up from the bottom of the agenda.
Oh, yeah. Well,
It's the first time ever.
but the guy that needs money is coming next.
Right.
Chief,
That's why he's on the bottom.
just a
of the
quick
agenda.
question. I know we okayed the ordinance for side-by-sides. Has that kept you busy, or how's that going?
About 10 have registered so
About
far.
10? Okay. All right. Thank you.
And that's all
Any
I've
other
got.
questions? All right. Next, we'll hear from Public Works Director Guy Jeevers.
Good evening, Mayor and Board. The first item I have is for approval for the controls for the pumps at Fairlane Lift Station and the pumps at the wastewater treatment plant. The pumps has already been approved in October, and I'm recommending to accept a bid from ECC Controls Company out of Earth City of $88,279, not to exceed. This bid will replace all the controls for the new pumps and the SCADA work.
I'm sorry, say the amount again.
$88,279.
Any questions on that? I'll entertain a motion to approve the purchase of submersible water waste pump electric controls in the amount of $88,279.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Quarter, seconded by Alderman Crump. Roll call vote.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0.
Second item I have is a change order for BFI Engineering out of Washington, Missouri for the stormwater and sidewalk project from Market Street to Rural King on Veterans Memorial Parkway for the amount of $16,500. This is for the additional work that required for the grant that the city received. This should take us up to completion of all the design work and state requirements needed. This budget is still under budget, so.
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve the BFA change orders number 3 for the US Highway 40?
Yeah.
Sidewalk improvements in the amount of $16,500.
So moved. Second.
Who do you have for second?
Alderman Miller?
Motion made by Alderman Crump, seconded by Alderman Miller. Roll call vote.
Alderman Jaspering?
Yes.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes. Motion passes 6-0. Bills ordinance. I will entertain a motion for the first reading of bill number 24-22.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Cullum, seconded by Alderman Jaspering.
An ordinance of the city of Warrenton accepting a permanent easement for an underground sewer line on a parcel of land located north of north of AA and west of the Meadows of Walnut Hollow subdivision.
I'll entertain a motion for the second reading of bill number 24-22.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Jaspering, seconded by Alderman Crump.
An ordinance of the city of Warrenton accepting a permanent easement for an underground sewer line on a parcel of land located north of AA and west of the Meadows at Walnut Hollow subdivision.
Roll call vote.
Alderman Miller?
Yes.
Alderman Schultz?
Yes.
Alderman Crump?
Yes.
Alderman Quarter?
Yes.
Alderman Cullum?
Yes.
Alderman Jaspering?
Yes.
Motion passes 6-0. I'll entertain a motion to close the regular Board of Alderman meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Crump, seconded by Alderman Schultz. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. We are so adjourned.